what is the importance of on-the-job training for frontline leaders? I'm Greg Schenkel, President of Unique Training and Development and Frontline Leadership Systems, and what we got to deal with today is how important is on-the-job training and how can you do it more successfully to create the kind of capability and confidence that you need in your frontline employees. The myth is that if you just watch a bunch of standard generic training videos, they're going to be just as good as doing on-the-job training. And of course, that's not true because employees tend to learn 70% of the skills that they need on the job. So 70% of the skills that they need are actually learned on the job. So one of our clients actually recognized this as a really big challenge. First of all, operations leadership was asking the training and development folks, hey, we need way more on-the-job training for our people. We need it faster. We need it to be really effective because we need these employees to be capable and fill in for people who may have moved on in the organization. So what that client did is they engaged us to kind of rework their on-the-job training so that their on-the-job trainers could learn how to do it more effectively and better. What they were finding is that the people who were maybe experienced operators actually didn't want to become trainers because they really didn't want that responsibility of being responsible for that person being effective in their job. And then we helped by coming alongside and helping them become more confident as trainers and just learning how to be more successful and effective when training employees on the job. So I have a few tips to improve the effectiveness of your on-the-job training processes. Tip number one is to select the best trainers. We ask in our training program, what is it that you have found makes a big difference between those who are good trainers on the job and those who are maybe less effective? And usually it comes down to a few characteristics. Patience, that willingness to be patient with people as they're learning a new job, the ability to explain things instead of just pushing them aside and saying, no, just watch me and do it this way. The ability to support, coach, and encourage people because let's face it, when you're learning new skills, it takes a little while to get the hang of it. So tip number one is select good trainers that have those characteristics. Tip number two is to use an effective training method. Now, one of the ones that gets talked about a lot in our client base these days is this idea of TWI, or training within industry method. And basically what the TWI method does is something that's been around for a while, but they just have a great way of segmenting it. And you can Google training within industry or TWI training method if you want to know more about it. But basically it says that I've got to break down jobs into their various components, and I have to realize that people can't absorb all the information in one shot. So I actually have to give them high-level information, then I have to go into more detail, and I keep repeating it so that over time they're hearing the same message a number of times, but they really increase their confidence level and their capabilities more quickly and more enduringly using that. And then the third and final tip is to measure the effectiveness of the training. Now, some organizations, hey, if I'm training you, I sign off that you're trained and you're good to go. But think about that for a moment, that I'm the person who trained you and I'm saying you're good to go. It really should be someone else who's measuring whether you're actually effective. Probably the supervisor that you're going to report to should be the one who decides that. But overall, you could ask employees, how well trained do you feel for the job tasks we've assigned you? And how would you rate the effectiveness of the person or the people who offered you that training? And it's not to be a gotcha moment. It's just meant to create this feedback loop to what would have made the training even more effective. Because if you can master this idea of on-the-job training in your facility and connect it to the effectiveness of your frontline leaders, what you're going to find is you now have this skills engine that you can actually create deeper bench strength, and that creates more highly engaged workers, also increases their loyalty to your organization because you're willing to invest in them to make them confident and capable in their positions. So once you've figured out how to do on-the-job training more effectively, you might decide, hey, there's other leadership skills that we need to work on. And so we have a very comprehensive frontline leadership program that's delivered typically over 3 full days or 6 half days. And of course, you can have that done in person on site for your organization and have it tailored to what you need, or you can have it tailored and delivered using our virtual state-of-the-art multi-camera virtual training studio. And that can help when logistics and shift scheduling makes it it difficult to pull everyone together and get them off the floor at the same time. No matter which method works out for you better, it all starts with a conversation, and that's done by visiting us on our website at uniquedevelopment.com. When you go there, you can reach out, we'll have a conversation, we'll see what is the right solution that will help build the kind of leaders that you need to be successful in today's competitive environment.